For those of you that have been following this case, I've done a couple podcast episodes on it. We've covered it a little bit here. It was supposed to start trial in September. The day that they had assembled for trial, Donna's lawyers got disqualified by the court. Now, Donna Adelson is the latest defendant to be tried in this. The state is alleging, as to Donna, a murder for hire, conspiracy to commit murder, the murder of her son-in-law, her daughter's husband, at the time ex-husband, father of her grandchildren. Donna's son, Charlie Adelson, has already been convicted, but is appealing and has some really interesting appellate arguments with regard to attorney conflict. Charlie Adelson went to trial first. The gunman and the middleman went to trial first. So the three that were immediately involved went to trial first and were convicted. One of them pled. So 2 trials, 1 plea. Then Charlie went to trial. And after the trial was on the recorded jail call with Donna, his mother, and Donna was talking about her plans to flee the country. And like, maybe we'll get out, maybe we won't. And law enforcement was like, well, thank you for saying that on a monitored recorded line. We'll just go snap you up at Miami International Airport before you get out of the country. And Donna was like, what is this about? Girl, you know what this is about. Because you're on the jail call saying maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But she was telling Charlie that she was talking to attorney Rashbaum about her fleeing. Rashbaum represented Charlie Adelson at the trial and then was going to represent Donna. And what we learned is that Charlie never really signed a conflict waiver with these attorneys representing his mom. What we also learned in all of this, and it's going to come up more today, is that Donna Adelson, and I covered this in quick bits last week, when Charlie Adelson made his appeal, now that he has appellate counsel, his argument was that he did not ever waive the conflict with attorney Rashbaum representing his mom because Rashbaum represented Donna first, which I did not know until I saw that. I was completely unaware that Donna hired Rashbaum early on in the investigation when she thought she might be implicated in this before they represented Charlie at trial. That might create an issue and an unwaivable issue where Charlie should have gone forward. The appeal from Charlie's lawyers say that he never waived on the record the conflict with his lawyers who had previously been hired by Donna, who was a witness in this case. And the defenses might have been from Charlie, she did it, and from Donna, he did it. But you can't do that if your lawyer represents both clients because they owe a duty to both. I don't know if that's a waivable conflict. I don't know if the state knew that Donna had hired these attorneys early on in the investigation. I don't think the judge knew. So Charlie's arguing now for a new trial due to that conflict, and that's going to be a big issue. So Donna gets to trial and is boo-hooing in court that she doesn't get the lawyer that she wants. Well, Charlie should have had a new lawyer then. Did Donna want Charlie to have the lawyer that she had out of her best interest? If so, that's completely shady. I have so many questions. And Rashbaum should have made it clear if he had been hired by Donna. Now, we haven't seen the response to that. We've only seen Charlie's new lawyers making that filing. But I don't think Charlie's new lawyers are saying there was never a conflict waiver on the record if there was one. That would be really easy to determine. And I don't think new counsel would misrepresent something was not done on the record. That's really unlikely to me. But did Donna actually hire Rashbaum? Rashbaum's going to have to come in at some point and be asked about some of this. It's wild. So the day of trial, the lawyers are yeeted off of the case for conflict. New lawyers are allowed to stay on, and they have also now been yeeted. And we're going to go through the court's finding on that, kicking off all of the lawyers on this case. So we are now back in court after an extended break.
I'm almost scared to speak. Does anyone have anything to raise before we continue forward?
Yes, Judge. May I approach the lectern?
Yeah.
I'm almost scared to speak. Oh, Your Honor. Oh,
So,
boy.
Judge, with the surprise issues of the last couple of days, I have asked for my prior client's waiver again.
This is Rashbaum. Remember, Rashbaum is now at the lectern. Charlie's in lockup. I don't know if he's in lockup at the courthouse or if where this court's located, the lockup he was transported to is close. But sometime over that extended break, Rashbaum went to go chat with Charlie. And we're going to hear about how that chitty chat went.
And with the change of circumstances, he has decided not to give it. So let me be clear. I have a waiver in the past. It's from December 12th, December 13th. And an independent lawyer spoke to him as well, although did not get a signature on the waiver. So we had a waiver. We thought we had a waiver. We didn't think there was an issue. But given the events of the last 2 days, I approached appellate counsel to get a new waiver. Thought that was the right thing to do, obviously.
And appellate counsel was like, good luck.
I am not able to obtain that waiver at this point. So as a result, I need to withdraw from the case.
Very well. Does the state wish to be heard concerning the withdrawal of
Not going to be enough.
I don't think I have anything appropriate to say on the matter.
I don't think I have anything appropriate to say.
Your Honor,
Well
what
put.
you need to do, we would like to proceed, and
Oh, she says I have nothing appropriate to add, and the court said, well put. The court's pissed.
I don't think I have anything appropriate to say on the matter, Judge. Your Honor,
Well
what
put.
you need to do, we would like to proceed, and I'd ask Your Honor to inquire whether we can proceed the second chair
Well put.
representing Ms. Adelson, but
Mr.
obviously we're ready for trial and there's a lot at stake.
Mr. Morris, are you prepared to move through this trial without Mr. Rauschbaum?
Yeah, no.
I tried to think about all of the different potential rabbit trails, and the short answer is I do not believe that I am going to be able to be adequately prepared to proceed forward with the present calendar, primarily because of the division of labor in the case. I would move to continue for a brief period of time. That's also, in speaking with Mr. Offerman, which is an issue that I'm going to request that we address, the objection by Mr. Adelson would still pertain to my cross-examination, and by extension, the third party would conduct cross-examination. In short, I need time to regroup.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Before we finish today, I will have the in-camera hearing review concerning whether you have been properly walled off. As to the withdrawal of lead counsel, I am going to permit it. The conflict issues are so severe.
By the way, the withdrawal of lead counsel is I quit before you can fire me. Like, the court was going to remove him either way.
I am going to permit it. The conflict issues are so severe, I believe, to move forward with the trial. Ms. Kappelman, Ms. Dugan would place us in a position where we would end up in a reversal. Let's go ahead and set a case management
This is reversible error.
date as to all the expense that has been undertaken with moving.
This is basically all the court can do right now. And this is the court saying, this is the most I can do right now. And then a month later, of course, he gets rid of the rest of the defense team. This is the court letting you know how mad he is.
In a reversal. Let's go ahead and set a case management date as to all the expense that has been undertaken with moving witnesses and preparing for trial. The state certainly, as a part of any cost of prosecution, if you are successful, may seek those costs as it relates to today, as this continuance will be charged to the defendant.
So when the state goes forward with the prosecution, all of the charge for delay, they can charge to the defense. That includes moving multiple people from prison back into state custody. That means the cost of the false start, the state can apply for those costs, how much it costs the state to get ready, and charge that to Rashbaum and be like, no, this is getting charged to the defense. So all the practical costs, the subpoenas, the time for the subpoenas, potentially the cost of bringing in the jury panels, the cost of transporting everyone across the state or out of state, because prisoners aren't always housed in state, transporting them, housing them in state, all of those costs can get charged to the defense and the state can apply for that later.
Mrs. Adelson, depending if you choose to hire additional counsel or just reset the trial date, you'll certainly be able to work with Mr. Morris as your attorney in making that decision. But the trial is going to be continued from today. The jurors will be released this afternoon. Again, as to the inconvenience and delay that this has caused, I'm not happy, but at the same time, we're trying to get this right so we do not have to do it a second time. I will speak with the parties again when we have the next case management hearing. We are in recess.
So at the end of the day, Donna Adelson's attorneys, all of them were kicked off the case, and on October 22nd, new attorneys made their appearance. There will be a case management conference on December 10th to see how long it will take entirely new counsel to be ready for trial, for the trial of Donna Adelson, all while Charlie Adelson's appeal is pending. In his appeal, he argued that because there was a conflict with Attorney Rashbaum, the one that was removed off of Donna's case, because there was a conflict with Rashbaum at trial, Charlie's arguing that he is entitled to a new trial on appeal, and there are issues here. We also, at the end of the hearing, heard that the court stated that the delay will be charged to the defense, and after the prosecution of Donna, if the prosecution is successful, the state can move for cost from the defense for the cost of delay for not being able to move forward with trial on September 17th. So the Adelson case is a long way from done for both Charlie and for Donna based on the appeal and based on the pending trial. I'm wondering if we will see them be tried together in the future or not, but 10 years after this murder, for this to still be going through courts has got to be tremendously frustrating for the Markell family. And the more that keeps coming out, the wilder it is. They are still serving search warrants for more information. So if Charlie Adelson does get a new trial, there might be even more evidence against him because the investigation is still not done. They are still going through digital evidence for the state, and there are still new things being unearthed. So this is going to be a lot when it finally goes to trial. When will that be? We don't know. Am I keeping an eye on it? Absolutely, because these conflict issues are very real and very much a problem, and I'm curious to see what the appellate court does with that. It's going to be a problem, and that's going to spend a lot of time and money for everybody. For deep dives into the stories that I covered here, you can find them on my YouTube channel at The Emily D. Baker and The Emily Show podcast. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. The podcast goes live on Wednesdays. And if you want to stay in the loop with everything I'm doing, receive the fastest notifications out there, and get more Law Nerd community, join me at lawnerdapp.com, our free app for iOS and Android.